Like most of us growing up with the show, we never really understood his dad. Now rewatching it as adults, we all realize that Kevin's dad is a true hero. To which I ask, how so? This was a guy who went through the Great Depression in the 1930s. He went to college, served in the military, and he's the sole provider for his family. He also has to deal with a staff member who is incompetent. Okay. Okay, what causes the Great Depression? That's an instability of capitalism, would it not be? Well, I wouldn't say capitalism is always responsible for all these economic problems, but yeah, it happens within capitalism because um, well, an economy is only as good as the people behind it, or who control it, or whatever, run it, whatever you want to use. Now the question is Kevin's dad a capitalist? If he is, then, well, he's a lot of you guys, you conservatives are these, I don't even know what word to use. You're all about capitalism and you understand there are lots of faults and economic problems. Well, mostly man caused by people, politicians, the wealthy and whatever. While people, the taxpayers, the people, like Kevin's dad, are really no fucking better because they all let it happen. Nobody wants change. Nobody wants to even suggest change is to be considered a communist, and that's an evil word. Not that it doesn't sound like capitalism is really much better if a Great Depression fucking happens, right? So, yeah, Great Depression being an instability, well, it's not a capitalism, it's not an economic fault, it's people's fault. The Great Depression happens for a reason. It's not a natural occurrence within capitalism, which is the economy, not the people, is what I'm trying to get at. So, aside from that, so a guy went through the Great Depression. Is that a valid reason to treat his family like shit and to be an overall asshole? I mean, is that really what a true hero is? I mean, I don't even know what you're talking about. Like, how? Well, I already asked how he's a hero, but you're not explaining anything. He's a hero because he went through an economic distortion caused by people. He went to college, served in the military. Now, that's another thing. America and its fucking military. The whole veteran thing, the war thing, is all embedded in, is a part of America's culture, which is both psychotic and sick. And I don't understand how the military is to be. How does it? Well, okay. Check this out. I wanted to write a book about America's war history, and not necessarily just the wars that America started. Well, the government, obviously, but how much of it? Yeah. I mean, what the causes were, what the reasons for, how many people were killed, whatever. All the costs of all these wars. And how many were necessary, what. But even if I did, none of you people would ever bother to read it, would you? Even if I made a video series, nobody would click on it. I wonder why that is. So you guys credit the military is just this blessed and great thing that you guys praise so fucking badly, especially the conservatives. But he's a hero because he went to the military. Kevin's dad was in the military killing people in foreign countries just because. And I doubt he even knew the reasons why the country waged, or why the war was going on. And you want to call him a true hero. Because A, he treats his family like shit. B, he suffered through a Great Depression, which was manually caused. And 3, he went, killed people he doesn't know, complete fucking strangers in foreign countries. He wanted, because he was a henchman for the U.S. government. So, yeah. And he's the sole provider for his family. Well, that's just what people are supposed to do, right? That's what parents are supposed to do, provide for their family. So how is he a true hero for doing that? What? He also has to deal with a staff member who is incompetent. He's the only one. Why are people incompetent? What's going on there? What does that have to do with his family? He has an incompetent worker at co-worker that he has to deal with. So that justifies him coming home being a complete fucking dick and treating his family like shit, like subhuman. Really? Here's an idea. Don't have kids. Maybe that would ease things, especially with the Great Depression. He also has a hard time letting Karen go. And he knows that Wayne was... What are you talking about? Letting Karen go? Why would he have to let... What? He has to let Karen go? What? And Wayne wasn't prepared for... Why is any preparation... Why is preparation in this life necessary? Prepare for what? Doesn't sound like the dad has any fucking life skills. I wonder why Wayne doesn't. Now, I didn't watch this series, but, well, I know the characters, but I work in banking and I have to wear my badge every day to come in. Aw, poor fucking you. I guess you want credit for being a true hero also because you had to wear a fucking badge. I'm so sorry. So survival and suffrage are America's values. Would any economic hardships have happened if America was a stable and responsible country? How is he amazing? Because you don't understand it when you're a kid and we all grow up to be his dad, a working stiff who busts his ass for his family, comes gruff and miserable. But actually, what's the point? Do they feel the love? What? What? I don't understand it when a kid, when you grow up to be a dad, a working stiff who busts his ass. Is that really what? What are you saying here? And you call yourself a hippie? Busts his ass for his family, comes off as gruff. That's acceptable because he busts his ass because the economy is just so fucking strict and limiting and just ridiculous. Because the economy is harsh, I guess. That justifies him being gruff and miserable. But it's okay because he actually does love his family. It's okay to be unbearable because he works for a living and suffers a shit economy, which nobody wants to fucking improve, change, whatever. Oh no, that's communism. Sorry, I didn't mean to offend your conservative, fragile mind there with that. Yeah, and he really, okay, so it's not that deep. Someone wants to argue or try to make a point about a show that it's not that deep. Laugh out loud. Someone wants to argue or try to make it a point. Yeah, I mean, you're the one. What the fuck are you on about, hippie? You have to have lived through those times. Why did those times happen? You're not looking at the big picture here. You're not looking at the core of the problem. Why did the Great Depression happen? Why is the military a big thing in America? Why are coworkers incompetent? Why is the economy so miserable and so demanding? Why is all this accepted? Your comment shows what millennials will never understand. The fact that you don't say anything, you don't go into that, means this is a non-argument and you know you're wrong. Otherwise, you would provide some sort of explanation. Instead, you just call me a millennial. So, you approve of a shitty economy and the military killing people all over the world for no good, not even knowing why you do it, or why what the reason for the war is. Yeah, you guys have nothing.